Okay, let's look at the tax rates in Bulgaria. The corporate tax rate's 10%. There is a personal income tax of 10%. There's a sales tax rate of 20%, Social Security tax of 32.80%, and of this 32.80%, there's a rate of tax for companies of 19.02%, and then for employees of 13.78%. Now, as of the 6th of July 2021, Bulgarian citizens had visa-free or visa-free on arrival access to 174 countries and territories, ranking the Bulgarian passport 16th in the world as far as travel freedom. Now, Bulgaria does allow dual citizenship. This is one of the key things that I do like about this program. Also, folks, if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport, as quick as 45 days, do three things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And don't forget, hit that notification bell next to that subscription button. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And folks, if you want to get your taxes to zero, or how to get a second passport fast, and you're making at least $150,000 a year, and you got a net worth at least $1 million US, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. Okay, now, new conditions for Bulgaria's Citizenship by Investment program started as of March 2021. There are a lot of things I really like about this program. I'm also going to give you some disadvantages of the program. But the updated citizenship program includes 6 options for investing in the business and in the stock market in Bulgaria. Now, investors are offered to invest at least what's called BGN, that's the currency in Bulgaria, of 500,000 BGN or 255,000 euros, which is about what it comes out to with the currency equivalent in BGN. Now, the changes came into force, like I mentioned to you, in March the 12th, 2021. And I'm going to tell you all about the new conditions of the program here. But the Bulgarian government was going to revise the terms of the program back in 2019, but then the parliament didn't, accept the changes. They went through a bunch of crap, but they went through and tried to work out stuff with the EU on what they wanted and what was going to work with Bulgaria. And these are the new programs that they've come out with and what you can choose from. Now, the new program and conditions for investors are as follows. The government has set out the investment options and the length of time that a participant in the program must hold on to the actual investment. It also lists the conditions under which investors are eligible to apply for citizenship. But it is compulsory to obtain a permanent residence permit. Remember, folks, don't get confused with this. This is not a citizenship by investment. Even if you don't have to reside there, you're really getting a non-physical present residency. You're not going to get this passport fast if you can even get it, okay? And it is not a citizenship by investment. It's a residency by investment program. People get confused with this program. Investment options offer investors to invest money in local businesses, the restoration of state-owned real estate, and the purchase of units in investment funds in the country. All investments under the program are repayable. Now, you can actually lose money in some of these programs, though, folks. It's not like it's not a pure contribution, but you can put money in these programs and actually lose money in them. All right, now the investment in a Bulgarian company is the first option. That's if the investor holds shares of the company and owns at least 50% or more of the capital. Here, a person would have to invest 500,000 BGN. Remember, BGN 500,000 equals around 255,000 euros. All right, and you're going to have to create 10 new jobs with this option. The second option is purchase of units and shares in a collective or alternative investment funds. The minimum investment on this is 1 million BGN or around 511,000 euros. The next option is an acquisition of rights under concession agreements. All right, this is a minimum investment of 1 million BGN or around 511,000 euros. Next option is buying shares of Bulgarian commercial companies. You'd have to invest 2 million BGN in this or 1 million euros. The next option is increase the capital of a Bulgarian company to implement a priority investment project. You'd have to invest 2 million BGN on this or 1 million euro. The last option is you would have to increase the capital of a Bulgarian company whose shares are not traded on a securities market. 6 million BGN have to be invested here, which is equal to around 3 million euros. Now, there is a mandatory permanent residence permit. Investor first gets a permanent residence permit in Bulgaria, and then after 5 years, he gets the right, not the obligation, the right to apply for citizenship. Now, in other words, he could apply for this and not get it, okay, which I'm going to explain to you. The results on this program has not been real good. The investor has to meet several conditions, namely, he's got to own an investment for at least 5 years as a resident, not have a criminal record or be under investigation in Bulgaria, and he's going to have to prove sufficient income to support himself and his family. Now, the law does not specify what the annual or monthly income of an investor must be to qualify for the citizenship, or actually for the, to apply for the actual citizenship. But now there's a participation of family members, and I'm going to tell you how that works, because they don't all go in congruency like they do with a citizenship by investment. The spouse or minor children can obtain a permanent residence permit in Bulgaria together with the investor. When I say the investor, I'm talking about the primary person. Usually that's the male. They also apply for citizenship under the simplified procedure. It works like this. The children get immediate citizenship after the investor becomes a Bulgarian citizen, but the spouse is 3 years after obtaining a permanent residency permit and after the investor becomes a Bulgarian citizen. Now, other conditions, the investor does not have to prove that he owns the Bulgarian, or he actually knows the Bulgarian language at any level. And this is probably the thing I like the best about this program. In fact, almost every single residency by investment program in Europe, you're going to have to be proficient in the language to get the passport. Bulgaria does not allow that. This is probably one of the biggest advantages. And I also like the fact they don't require you to give up your other passport, okay? But the language is a Russian-type language, and it's going to be very few people there can speak fluent English. So you're going to have to deal with that if you live in the country. Obviously, you don't have to live there. You can get the passport and then not be there. So that is one option that's nice about this program. Not a residency program where you have to be there all the time, and or very little time at all. And the fact is that you don't have to speak the language to get the passport. Makes it, I think, one of the most attractive programs. But there is some disadvantages which I'm going to go over with you. Like I mentioned to you, there is no requirement for permanent residency in the country, but the investor comes to Bulgaria, he's going to have to come in at least 3 times. One, to obtain the permanent residence permit from the Directorate of Migration at the Ministry of Interior. The second time is when he applies for citizenship at the Ministry of Justice office, and the third time when he obtains a naturalization certificate and obtain an ID card. Now, the accelerated procedure, this is the other way. You can actually get it quicker, okay? This is called the accelerated procedure and allows applying for citizenship 1 year after obtaining the permanent residence permit. The procedure is valid if the investor has invested 500,000 BGN or more in Bulgarian company in which he owns at least 50% of the capital. And in order to take advantage of the accelerated citizenship application procedure, the investor needs to double the investment in a year and increase the amount to 1 million BGN and create 20 jobs instead of 10 jobs. And then he's also, invested more money also. So these are the benefits of the Bulgarian citizenship program. The visa-free travel that I mentioned about, it has a high number of visa-free countries, which I just mentioned, which includes the Schengen countries, Canada, Australia. With the country's passport, it's allowed to let you live, work, and study in any EU country without, any type of restrictions. Now, Bulgaria's citizenship program is not in demand among investors, despite the opportunities for free travel and life in the European Union. During the 8 years of the program, only about 100 investors have actually received the passports. That's pretty bad, folks. And I've talked with lawyers there in Bulgaria. Of the people who've applied for passports or actually residency programs, only about 10% or less have actually gotten the passports. That's pretty bad. I mean, with citizenship by investment, if you don't have a criminal record, it's almost 100%. I mean, that's usually what holds people back on citizenship by investments. But it's a long period to go, to take a chance. You have to decide if you want to do that. And it is in a country that's not English speaking. Very few people speak fluent English there. And, it's got a lot of advantages, though, too. You don't have to speak the language to get the passport. It does have good visa-free travel. It allows dual citizenship. But it does have a dismal record of people that have applied for the residency that have actually gotten the passport. These are things that you're going to have to look at. Anyway, folks, if you're interested in legally getting your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And number 3 is, if you want to get your taxes to zero, folks, you want to get a fast passport, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions, hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We'll get back with you. We deal with over 100 countries that deal with citizenship by investment or residency by investment all over the world, and I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.